welcome to another Get Healthy With Me video. Today I will be talking about my experience with Fibroblend. Now, to give you a little bit of background, I became knowledgeable of the fact that I had fibroids about 2 years ago. I always felt like a sharp pain in my pelvis. I never knew what it was until 2 years ago. I first felt the sharp pain when I was about 18 years old. That was 10 years ago, 11 years ago actually. So to find out 9 years later that I have fibroids was a very shocking thing, but at the same time I'm glad that I found out what it was. So for 2 years I've always known that there were holistic cures to shrink your fibroids, but I always thought they were too expensive, or I just didn't feel like I had the discipline in order to do those things. So for 2 years I kind of just put it off. I knew that there were ways that you could shrink your fibroids holistically, but to be honest, I kind of just put it off, and I believe that my fibroids grew. I knew what foods that I was supposed to be eating and things like that, but I kind of just gave in to my own desires. And so here we are 2 years later. So I knew about Fibroblend when I first got my fibroids, but to me back then it was a little too expensive, not thinking that it was needed as much, I guess. I didn't think that I had to buy $60 pills in order for me to shrink my fibroids, because to be honest, I would buy vitamins and things like that for $20, $13, so $60 just seemed a lot for me. Fast forward 2 years, and here we are. With my fibroids growing, the pain has increased. I just felt like it was time to attack my fibroid problem. Once again, I googled Fibroblend and found out that it had some really good reviews. I think about 4.5 stars, I believe, on Amazon. And then for YouTube, I found out there were a lot of good results coming from it. So I just wanted to give my opinion about it. So if you guys don't know what Fibroblend is, it's basically a pill of a whole lot of healthy stuff. Let me see if I can show you the ingredients in here that basically attacks your fibroids and it shrinks them. So it says Fibroblend is to cleanse and detoxify, promote healthy ovary and uterus, hot water herbal extract. Now that may not be grammatically correct, but it does work. So basically the instructions tell you to take 9 pills a day, 3 pills for each meal on an empty stomach. So the instruction says for best results take 3 capsules, but it says take 3 capsules 3 times a day on an empty stomach. And for maintenance, what you do is you take you only take 3 pills a day, so you would take 1 pill 3 times daily. So you take three pills a day just to maintain it. So my experience with Fibroblend has been, it does work. So in my first couple of days of using Fibroblend, I kind of was like, does this stuff really work? Because my fibroids just felt like they were increasing and increasing. So I didn't really believe that it was working until I actually took some the week before my period, and then so you're not supposed to take it while you're on your period, so you have a gap in between. So basically this will probably last you about 13 days, almost 2 weeks. I did the math. Almost 2 weeks, if in those 2 weeks you have your period. So basically 2 weeks at a time it lasts you. So I took mine the week before my period, and then I got my period, so I stopped taking them. And then after my period finished, I continued to take them. And after my period, I could feel the results. Like I was not having a lot of pain in my pelvic area. My bleeding actually was lighter than before. I am a heavy bleeder. I'm not as heavy where I have to continue to change a pad like every hour, but sometimes it can get like that even with the tampon in. Sometimes I will have to change a pad every hour, but with this, my first period was lighter than usual, and actually it ended a day early. And the thing about that, like, so it ended on like my 4th day, but then it came back around. No, it ended on like my 3rd day, but then it came back around like my 5th day. So I had a day in between, which was kind of weird because I thought that it was over. So yeah, I think that's what happened. It ended, and then my 4th day, I think it was like very, very light, to where you couldn't even tell. I actually didn't wear anything on my 4th day, and then the next day, actually the end of my 4th day is when it came back. So I went from like the middle of my 3rd day to the middle of my 4th day, so like a whole 24-hour span. And then my period finally came back like at the end of the 4th day, and then it ended on the 5th day. Usually my period would be straight through, light on the 1st day, 2nd day is heavy, 3rd day is mildly heavy, 4th day is starting to simmer down, 5th day it's almost gone, and then the 6th day I'm done completely. But it wasn't like that this time around. So I can testify that this stuff really helped with my period, and really helped, like it made it lighter, it made it shorter, and my pain in my pelvis wasn't as much. So I would strongly recommend anyone who is dealing with fibroids to get this stuff. It may be expensive, but at the end of the day, it works. There are other remedies that you can do, but these, you just pop them in 3 times on an empty stomach, 3 pills 3 times a day on an empty stomach, and you're gone. And you can just go on about your day. You don't have to lay there, you don't have to sit there, you don't have to soak, you don't have to do anything. Just get up and go. I honestly can't beat that. I don't know why I didn't do this 2 years ago, but I wish that I would have, and I would be fibroid free by now. But that's my review on Fibroblend. I will be buying these again. Let me show you guys what it looks like. So it's just a small little pill, and it looks like that. And you know how like usually things that are healthy like have a stinky smell? These don't smell like anything. I'm down to about 36 pills, I think I counted. So I have like maybe 4 days of use left, and I will be, actually I put these on a subscription for them to replenish every 2 weeks, because actually I think I did it every 2 weeks, because of that 13th day, like you may need another one. So yeah, I definitely recommend these. They come with 120 vegetarian capsules, and they're 500 milligrams each. And I don't know if I showed you guys this, but it is 100% vegan, 100% natural, non-GMO, gluten-free, for everybody who's concerned about those issues as well. And once again, these are the ingredients. If you want to Google what these ingredients do, you can do that. But these are natural ingredients, and you can feel it. Like, so like I said, my experience at first, I was like, is this really working? Because my fibroids I will feel more pain, but I honestly believe that was my fibroids probably like trying to fight back or something. Because like after a while, I was like, oh wow, my period is lighter, my cramps is, my pelvic pain is ceased. Cramping, I don't remember having like severe cramping. And usually my period is the type of period where I would cramp in the beginning, take medicine, and then because of where my fibroids are, if I had to go number 2 and it wouldn't like want to get out. I know that sounds confusing, but the way like some women have to constantly like do number 2 on their period, that was me. But sometimes my number 2 wouldn't want to come out. So what would happen is, while my bladder is filling up, and while I'm bloated, it's all putting pressure on my fibroids. So I would get back pain because I have a fibroid near my backside. So I would get back pain, and I didn't experience that back pain when I was on my period. I still went to my heating pad only because of mild cramps, but that's because I'm a sucker. But I didn't have like the back pain, and I didn't have to go number 2 as much either. So that was also a plus. But once again, you guys, I really recommend using this stuff. It really, really works. It may be expensive. It may be $60 a bottle. On a subscription, I think you pay like still like $53 on a subscription, but it is totally worth it. You guys check it out, and thank you guys for watching my video.